Today we are focusing on Lesson 2 of Mission 2, which is multiplication using estimation. So when we're estimating, this is a good way to help us with our multiplication and make sure that our answer makes sense, because we're just rounding it and then doing some easy multiplying. So the first thing you're going to want to do is check to see if there are any directions that you need to follow. In this case, we don't, and so we're going to round to the highest place value. So if I'm taking a look at this and I'm rounding, 613, is it closer to 600 or 700? Well, 13 is not very high as far as a number goes, so it's closer to 600. But the way I would know that is I would want to find the midpoint between 600 and 700, which would be 650. And then I would want to decide, is 13 below 50 or above 50? And in this case, it's obvious that 13 is below 50, and so it would round down. So now let's take a look at 297. I'm going to round to my biggest place value, which is the hundreds place. So I'm going to look at 97 here. Well, I know that 97 is pretty close to 100. So that would tell me that it's going to be above 50, and I would round up. 300. So now I'm going to do just like we did in Mission 1, Lesson 1, and I'm going to multiply 3 times 6, my math fact, and then I'm going to want to be able to name the place value that it is. 18 of what? Well, I know that hundreds times hundreds. If I'm already here at hundreds, and then I'm going to multiply times hundreds, 10 times 10 is 100. So that would tell me that we're talking about 10,000s. So we have 18 sets of 10,000. And written in standard form, that would be 18 put my comma in the wrong place, that's okay. So now I know that my answer would be 180,000. And if I take a look here, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 zeros in my problem, and 1, 2, 3, 4 zeros in my answer. So let's try another one together. Let's do 7,609 times 23. So again, I am rounding to the highest place value, which would be my thousands here. So I need to decide if 7,609 is closer to 7,000 or 8,000. If I need to, I can use my number line. In the middle, half of 1,000 would be 500, so it would be 7,500. So now I'm just going to put this in there. Oh, that is definitely bigger than 7,500. And so that tells me that I'm going to round to 8,000. 23, that's closer to 20 than it is to 30. And so now I'm going to multiply using my math facts. 8 times 2 is 16. If I'm in the thousands place and I'm multiplying by 10, that tells me I'm at the 10,000s place. 10,000s place. One, two, three, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so now let's try another one. So we have 749 times 18. And we have directions this time. Our directions tell us to round to the nearest tens. So that tells me that I'm either going to round to 740 or 750 because 4 is in the tens place. Well, 49 is pretty close to 50. So I know I'm going to round to 750. And 18, is it closer to 10 or to 20? Right, it's closer to 20. So now I need to do some multiplying. 75 times 2. I'm going to not worry about the zeros right now. Since we're multiplying in multiples of 10, we can take those zeros off for right now and add them back later. 2 times 5 is 10. 2 times 7 is 14, plus 1 more is 15. So that tells me we have 150. Okay, but 150 what? Well, we're multiplying hundreds times tens. So we're talking thousands. This is part of my basic facts from over here, so it does not count as one of these zeros. So we have 2 zeros here, and we need to add 2 more zeros here. 15,000 would be my answer. Hope this helps.